I've said this before. My plan, a couple years after I wrestle, when I say a couple years, I mean like 15, 16, maybe 30, is to open a wrestling company. Hardcore championship wrestling. Making that a real reality. You know? Making that real. Making that become the reality. You know? Now, what would be the first couple of championships? Now, this is supposed to be a partnership with a friend of mine, but me and him don't talk anymore, so yeah. And that ain't happening anytime soon. Yeah, so, of course, the name speaks for itself. And because you're wondering why I called it hardcore, well, if you don't know, hardcore, you might think it started in Pennsylvania, or whatever, but reality is, it actually started in Memphis, Tennessee, 30 years ago. So around the same time, Pennsylvania, but at the same time, same thing, right? So yeah, same vein, same thing, whatever, right? The idea is to do a blood match, hardcore matches company, like death matches, all that fun stuff. Yeah, that's the object. But that isn't the reason I want to get into wrestling necessarily. I want to get into wrestling for the fun, the enjoyment, right? And you're probably thinking, Michael, you make these videos knowing you're not a wrestler, knowing you're not trained. Yeah, you're right, I'm not trained. I trained one day, and hell, 10 years ago I had a backyard match, and thank you guys for reminding me of this shit. I trained one day, 3 years ago, yeah, and 10 years ago I had a backyard match with 4 people who tried to screw me over. You really want to go in my history? Okay. Yeah, that's that. Why do I say dragon family? Well, dragons are cool. They're mythical creatures. Nobody really knows if they're real or not. And, kind of makes sense. And it's what I want you to think. It's what I want you to know. It's what I want you to feel. It's what I want you to hear and believe. Because the beyond is the beyond. The unknown is the unknown. But making the known unknown is something I've always heard and felt was more great. Something I've always heard and known and felt was more great, and that's the fact of life. Voices in the head or something you have to deal with. Oh, Terry, I'm coming for your title.